Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Real and Relatable. I'm AJ.
I'm Ma.
Today, we're going to be bringing you Reddit stories.
All right.
We've been doing a lot of Am I the Asshole type of stories, but I thought we would bring a little different flavor. So we are more mature women. Okay. We'll kind of embrace that. And the subject that's been on my mind is perimenopause. I think reading these stories will bring into light some of the conversation pieces that we can have, what symptoms look like, what it could mean, how does that affect our mental health. And I think the stories would be really interesting to bring into light just the topic of perimenopause.
Okay.
Right? This comes from the subreddit Marriage. The topic is, my wife found out she's perimenopausal and I'm worried. So they're seeking advice. Hello. Last week, my wife found out she's perimenopausal. She went to see her doctor because she has been having symptoms. When she came home and told me about it, I gave her a kiss and told her that I would be there for her if she needed. But I'm kind of worried about it. Our marriage has not been great. We've had issues when it comes to affection and intimacy for over 10 years now. We've been together for over 20 years and have 4 children. I know what you're going to say, that it's a lot and it should be expected. However, I'm the one doing all the work. My wife works on site and my job is mostly remote. I have been on site twice a month. Since I'm home, I do all the cooking, cleaning, drop-offs, pickups, appointments, etc. I have no problem doing all of this because I'm happy to support my family. When my kids are down and it's just us, I give her massages and we talk about things and also cuddle before bed. I'm worried because she doesn't put any effort into our marriage. I'm the one that mostly initiates affection and intimacy. Plus, I do all the work when we have sex. I'm also the only one setting up date nights. These days, sex is down to once a month. We had a talk about it, and she told me that she doesn't think about it. Not gonna lie, I wish we had more sex. It's not just the release, since there is little affection. Sex is how I connect with her and show how much I love her. Hell, I've been offered to just please her. She used to let me do it, but changed her mind recently because she feels guilty since she doesn't do anything for me. Over the years, I have learned what she likes and doesn't like, so I can get her to finish with ease. However, she has shown little interest to do that for me. Now that I think about it, she doesn't really touch me at all. A while back, we had a discussion about love languages, and she told me that hers is words of affirmation and acts of service, and mine is primarily physical touch. I pretty much do them every day, but she doesn't even bother with mine. It's been a while since I've gotten a big hug, passionate kiss, or received any foreplay before sex. It's not like I'm asking for much. Just a wife that shows me that she loves me and wants me. I read other posts on here about this, and it's kind of depressing. Some say just to deal with it and find a hobby. When it comes to intimacy, they are either taking care of themselves or going months or years with nothing. My question is, how do you continue to feel the same way if you're getting nothing in return? Do you just accept it and keep up a brave face, or find other ways to cope?
Oh, boo-hoo. Welcome to the woman's world. Sounds like you just described what it's like to be a wife.
Yeah, I would have to say so.
Like you're over here like, oh, I have to cook and clean and take care of everything and massage my wife and blah, blah. Yeah. I guarantee you 90% of all wives do that or have been doing that.
They've been giving a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now that you have to do it, it's boo. You know what? No, I don't feel sorry for you.
You think this is like not an important thing? Sex is not important to the relationship? You don't think like her holding out or anything like that and trying to make this relationship work?
I mean, no, I mean, sex is important. It's just, it doesn't seem like you are making it that comfortable for her to want to do it with you. Maybe you claim like you're not like pushing her. You're probably talking about it so much that it's getting irritating. You're probably like, oh, well, you don't have to do anything. I'll do everything. How do you think that makes her feel? She's probably like, what what am I, a rag doll? What? Like, what the hell? And then you're probably talking about it probably way too much. Oh, well, we're not intimate, blah, blah. And I know he talks about, we're not like, she's not affectionate towards me. I don't know, probably because you're irritating. I'll just say.
I mean, I would have to say, like, for love languages, I'm familiar with that kind of discussion, right? And hers is love of affirmations, or hers is words of affirmation, and acts of service. So I feel like maybe you aren't, even though you're talking about intimacy, you're talking about maybe physical intimacy that you're wanting and craving with her, and you're also allowing that to happen. But maybe you're not giving her enough words of affirmation. You know, you're not giving her words of compliments, like how beautiful she is and how great she is. Maybe you're just talking about daily conversations, like how to get the kids to school, logical information about, like, this is what I need to do to the dentist and stuff like that. Those are not very words of affirmation, love type of languages, you know? Those are just, let's get the work done. Let's complete the tasks. It's like really getting to know each other again and feeling intimate in regards to the mental and emotional part. And if she's not feeling that, she's not going to feel safe enough to, like, share her body with you, you know?
Yeah. She's probably somebody that needs to connect emotionally in order to get in the mood, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I feel with me being the words of affirmation person, I have to have an emotional connection and have the other person talk to me and have this conversation. And that's intimacy for me, you know? I don't think she's getting it from you. Maybe you're doing all the acts of service, but you're not doing any words of affirmation.
Yeah, and all your acts of service are probably annoying.
Because you're into physical touch, right?
Yeah.
So it probably is a little too much pressure on her.
It probably is a lot of pressure on her.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, a lot of them stated here, did you try counseling? You put too much effort into her. If she doesn't want to be your lover, don't treat her like one. You're fighting for something she's not interested in. She's not in love, but takes you for granted. Make her contribute 50% of everything and give her as much attention as she gives you. If she asks what's happening, say you're underwhelmed with your relationship and give as much as you receive.
Is that no, that was written by a man.
So, I think that's wrong advice.
So typical of a man to say that.
Yeah. Well, it says here OP responded, and he said, I really appreciate your response. We haven't tried counseling yet, but we have talked about it. This was after she blew up at me because I told her that I don't feel loved and need more affection from her. This happened a few months ago, so might be one of the rage moments. It made me depressed for a bit, so I reached out to some family members to talk about it. They told me that I'm not asking for much, one said I shouldn't have to ask at all, considering all I do for her. That really helped me turn around, so I started spending less time with her and doing things that make me happy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I feel like, so I don't have a lot of sympathy for you, only because you sound like a typical wife who has complained about their husband who doesn't do anything and they do everything.
Yeah.
And they're over here trying to do everything that they can to save the relationship. And, you know, now that this is the one time roles all reverse and you're over here complaining like, so I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you.
No empathy whatsoever.
I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for you. It's like, okay, now you know what it's like for 90% of women out there and why they ask for divorce, because exactly things like this. Mm-hmm. It's like you feel unappreciated, you feel undervalued, which is what you feel like, which is what 90% of women feel like in a relationship or in a marriage. So no, I don't feel sorry for you.
Well, that's it, folks.
Yeah. But is that what you really would want anyways? For her to be like, fine, I'll have sex once a week or whatever. Yeah. But that really feels satisfying to you? You know, it would be so disconnected and you'd be like a rag doll. So, I mean, you're not going to be happy with that either, right?
I really don't think that that's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
I think what you're looking for is probably a more intimacy in regards to connection and emotion. And so that you guys can lead to having the physical touch and sex, right?
Yeah, but if you keep pushing her, then she's going to get to the point where like, fine, let's just do it, you know?
Let's just do it. I'm not going to enjoy it. Yeah. You get off whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's get this over with, you know? So
That sounds tough, but I mean, that is cause to worry that she's going to go through perimenopause because, people do state that when women are on the way to menopause, their sexual drive declines.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of people do talk about doing hormone therapy. So maybe she is kind of in the beginning of that and in a funk, you know? And so I would say, yeah, I support you in having her go see a doctor and a counselor.
Okay.
And seeing if maybe she'll get her sex drive back. And there's nothing wrong with you giving her words of affirmation more so, more and having intimate conversations, getting to know each other. Your kids are like, you're putting them down. So you're not having that connection and getting to know the person again,
Yeah.
You guys are both two boring adults now, and so now you have to figure out who you are. So yeah, maybe you do have to go do something different, take care of yourself, not sexually, but in regards to your passions. And so you can come back ready to give her this new person, and having her share in the new epiphanies or the ideas that you may have about your guys' life together and about who you are. And maybe hopefully that will inspire her to do the same thing, Okay, then we'll move on and talk about other things. So this is from the Am I the Asshole? Okay. So am I the asshole for telling my husband if he divorces me because of my acne and my menopause, I will tell our adult children his reasons. Okay.
Sounds a little petty.
So yeah, it does. So menopause has been hell for me. I'm a 51 female. My looks have changed with my weight gain and severe acne being the most noticeable. The best acne treatments hasn't helped long term. I'm trying hard and failing to lose weight. My husband's very frustrated with the way I look. During a fight, he confessed that he's not physically attracted to me anymore. I told him if he divorces me, I would tell our adult children his reasons. He called it cruel. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
This is about a year ago.
I mean, it's petty, but no.
Yeah.
Look, dude. When as you both age, your body's gonna change, and for you to be like, oh, I'm not attracted. You think she's attracted to you and your bare belly too? No.
Yeah, as you age, you're not gonna get any better looking,
Right. I mean, unless you are like their small population of silver foxes who has maintained their physique. Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to talk. So no. Yeah. Power to her. Yeah. I would totally tell the kids too. Is that being petty and mean? Absolutely. Is it justified? Yep. I will allow you to. I would say that's justified. Do it.
I love this quote. Yes. Fastest 200 pounds you'll ever lose if you divorce him.
Facts.
I don't know. I think there's some highlights here. Like this one says that I'm a 69 female, fat, gray hair, and I use a walker. Friday, I went to physical therapy, and a man who's 71, nice looking, and well off financially hit on me and asked for a date. You should just get out more. Oh. So, even though your husband, you're going through menopause or going through something that we women can't really control, right?
Right.
And so you're going to deal with a lot of symptoms and you're going to have that weight gain.
Yeah.
Just understand that even if your husband doesn't find you attractive, someone else might.
Someone always will.
Right? Yeah, someone always will.
Yeah. God, it really irritates me if her husband said that. Oh, I'm not attracted to you. Do you think that you look like the way you look when you guys first met? Guarantee you don't.
Yeah, you don't. You age,
It's like she's just supposed to accept you and your old ass, and you can't accept her and her old ass. I'm like, what the hell?
No. Right. There's some stuff that they don't have to really deal with that us women will. I don't know.
I don't know.
Think about aging for men, right? They lose their hair,
Oh, that's devastating.
So you might have to like understand that even though your
Yeah.
wife is not looking pretty anymore.
How do you know? Maybe you're balding and she's not that attractive to you anymore either. So like, okay.
I agree, right?
So like, who cares?
Your mouth starts smelling, you start smelling, everybody's body, both of your bodies start smelling.
For real. Acting like she aged and you didn't. Please. Anyways.
Yes. Okay. This next one comes from the subreddit Dead Bedrooms. Okay.
Okay.
Perimenopausal wife says, I'm a sex pest.
A lot of sex stories in
I
in
think
this
so.
one. Okay.
I mean, what's the theme here, right? I think that there's the drive. A lot of us women are dealing with the sex drive dropping, you know? I am a 39 male, was jokingly called a sex pest for wanting to just a little bit of affection from my wife, 40 female. I don't know why I'm posting this, just to get it off my chest, really. Since we had kids, we had sex infrequently, and it is now down to about every 6 months. I don't know if you can call it a DB or not, but I think it is. DB? What's a DB?
Yeah.
Downer?
I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments will say something. Okay, keep going. And maybe somebody in the comments will
We'll define it.
Yeah, we'll define it for us.
A deadbeat. Okay. I don't know if you can call it a deadbeat or not, but I think it is. I try initiating sex and it always gets turned down. I'm tired, etc. The only time since Christmas we've had sex was when she initiated it and came up and called me after I said goodnight in bed. I get fed up for being turned down. So at nighttime, I find it easier mentally if I go to bed after she has fallen asleep. I just can't cope with the rejection night after night. A song came on the radio, Let's Get Physical, and I said to her, do you fancy getting physical? And that's when she said, oh, you're such a sex pest. It was firmly tongue-in-cheek, but I guess there is many in true a word spoken in jest. And it's just not like I'm asking her sex 3 times a day. That was the first time I had initiated in a month. I initiated after I had forgotten what the rejection feels like. I know a lot of it has to do with her being perimenopausal, and I do sympathize a lot, and I try to help in any way I can. But that can't be the only reason. In my opinion, she hasn't helped herself enough. For a year, she was getting symptoms and refused to go to the doctor, saying she was too young. I even offered to pay for a private doctor, and she refused to go. It was only after I threatened to leave that she went to the doctors, and she finally last week got prescribed HRT, which is the hormonal therapy. I have got to say at this stage, it's not just about sex. I want her to be healthy and happy. I don't like it that she has hot flushes. She feels tired all the time and feels drained of energy. She's having 2 periods a month. It's not fun for me to see her go through it. So God knows what it's like for her. But it's so hard for me as well. I feel like I'm verbal punch back. She takes it out on me. I just feel rejected at times, both from the deadbeat and from taking all her issues out on me. And I have really tried to help. I try to be the best husband and dad I can be. I honestly don't know what more else I can do. Oh, okay, maybe dead bedrooms. That's probably what it means. So, what do you think?
I mean, it sounds like you've already tried everything you can. You offered her the doctor's appointment. You offered her, I think he said therapy and counseling. And I mean, you're doing what you can
Just the doctor appointment.
Yeah, for her. And she has to come to her own terms of accepting, you know, whether or not she's in premenopause or not. Clearly, she's against it. So clearly she's like rejecting the idea of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, aside from the doctor's visit, she probably needs a little bit of, you know, counseling and therapy to talk through accepting that she's in perimenopause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they say perimenopause and menopause is the divorce hormone, right?
So I did not know that.
Yeah. So there is a kind of a joke about how that's a divorce hormone, because what it does is it makes women feel like the sexual drive declines. They're no longer interested in their partner, and they actually start finding their partner irritable and annoying, you know?
I just thought that was part of growing up.
Yeah, no, it's due to a lot of hormones in your health. And I feel that they need to get more education around women who are in their mid 30s and up to their like maybe even 50s.
Mid 30s?
Yeah, mid 30s. Because you can start having perimenopausal symptoms as early as that. Typically it would be probably maybe late 30s to early 40s.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're starting to find out with medical articles that are stating that, some of the symptoms that you might be feeling that you thought were kind of just normal aging actually has to do with your hormones, changing in your body.
Okay.
Yeah. And that can lead to the perimenopausal symptoms and menopause, getting you ready for that. So.
Okay. I can't believe there's a subreddit for dead bedrooms, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It was really
I'm like, what? I guess there's a subreddit for everything on Reddit.
There is. Redditors, they're sexual beings. We're all human beings,
Okay.
So this is a good comment. My recommendation would be to stop initiating and tell her why you're doing so. Getting to the grip about HRT, which is the hormonal therapy, will take time, and she's clearly not ready. She's seeing your attempts as initiation as pestering, and it's really difficult to get aroused when you feel under pressure. Mm-hmm. It also takes the pressure off you, who will be anticipating rejection. And this rejection isn't good for your confidence and self-esteem either. Mm-hmm. If she never prompts, initiates, or hints at sex over the next few months, then you need to work out what you want to do longer term and sit down with her and really talk about how you're feeling. I agree.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, it's all about communication. Us women are still emotional beings. So even despite you feeling that there's like the dead bedrooms, maybe the intimacy part isn't physical anymore. You really need to start having that emotional connection again and getting to know each other again, and making her feel special. And I think that's probably what's happening is that you guys are in these long-term relationships and you just kind of expect and you go through these stages, or you go through these performances, right? Because you're not really just you're no longer really present.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like going through the motions, right?
Yeah.
In this relationship. And you're no longer present and trying to get to know this person again, or feeling them out, or enjoying them, or re-experiencing them. I think that's where it gets lost, and probably where the women are like,
like, bye, get away from me.
Yeah. There's no excitement.
Yeah.
So
that's a good advice. That's better than the one I would have given.
Oh, what was that?
I don't have one. That would have been my advice. I don't have one for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that we all women are going to have to look forward to, right? Is perimenopause and menopause. And how are we going to deal with that? Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of scary, because I like cuddling. I like the physical connection with my partner. And to start feeling like you find them irritating and they're no longer interesting anymore.
Yeah.
It's quite sad, because I think we're all human beings who want connection, Okay, we got one more. This one is from Daddit subreddit.
Okay.
All right. It's called Menopause and a Failing Relationship. Looking for support. Hey dads, I'm posting here to get some perspective and support. I've seen this community offer alternative perspectives and support rather than a typical lawyer up or break up with her response. Many people have. My partner and I have always had a tricky relationship. She would say she has a Latin temperament, even if not being anywhere from a Latin country. Things got worse when our child was born, then somewhat better, but lately they've gotten really bad. We started getting counseling, but my partner doesn't seem to think I'm trying, although our counselor has very clearly said she doesn't agree with that. Lately, I'm just at my wit's end. My partner is angry all the time, and when I try to challenge her on that, it just gets worse. She feels like I don't do enough around the home, which I feel is demonstratively untrue. She feels like I'm condescending to her as I smile, laugh, or smirk when she makes another demand of me that I feel is unreasonable. I can totally see why this makes me seem like a dick, but I do it because I don't somehow want to make light of the situation. It feels like the alternative is for me to lose my temper. She also hasn't slept properly for a while, and I feel like that's contributing to things, but it's impossible for me to control that. I think perimenopause might be exacerbating an already tricky situation. I would love to get the perspective of other dads who have been through similar things. We have an 8-year-old child, and I don't want her to be the product of a divorce or a breakup. But equally, I don't want her to grow up in a household where there is this level of tension. What the fuck do I do, dads?
Sounds like you want advice from dads.
Yes. I mean, yes. We are 2 women commenting on this. But does need a woman's touch. Just a little bit.
I mean, you probably feel like you do a lot, but you probably don't do anything. And that's probably irritating her. You smirking and laughing at her. I know you acknowledge that it may be jerkish of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is jerkish of you. And it's just going to make the situation worse. Just because you are saying that you do that because you don't want it to
be where you're angry.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you should get angry. You know, I'd rather you to be angry than smirk.
Yeah.
When you don't really want to do it. That's resentment.
Because then that would piss me off even more.
Exactly.
Right? It's like, because then now I feel like you don't take me serious. Now you think I'm just a joke. Right.
I mean, like, I think the men sound like they're really exasperated, or they're at their wits' end. Like this Redditor states, like they don't know how to solve and getting sex or having their wife happy and being intimate again. She's changing. You know, her body's changing. Maybe you need to also embrace that she's changing and kind of mold yourself around that too. And it's not necessarily about dying or having make it a deadbeat room, but maybe embracing that she's changing into a new woman and getting to know her, maybe that might help, is getting to know her.
I feel like that has been your advice for all 3 Reddit stories. Is to get to know her.
There you guys go. Okay,
get to know her.
Okay. We'll have to just pin that down as the number one thing, is get to know her again in this new body that she's dealing with. Okay,
and now she has to learn how to accept her own body, and that's really hard for women.
I think that's the point. Okay, so most of these stories look like it's more man sided, and they're concerned about their sex life or concerned about their wife. But in the end, I do have to say that some of these women should take responsibility about their own health, right? Like if you know that your husband is telling you that, we're not intimate anymore, and you are just like finding what he's stating to you to be, well, what's the word? Or is not as important in what you want in a relationship, it should be just as important. If anything, you should look into it and also take responsibility in maintaining your health and making sure that, is it perimenopause? Is it something a little bit more different? And then getting the correct therapy for it, which may include counseling and, hormonal therapy.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, I think it's hard for women to accept changes to their body, because it's the same thing for not even just perimenopause. It's the same thing if you were skinny and you got bigger. It's a hard thing to accept, for when you go through changes like that, or as you age, let's say you start shedding a lot of hair and things like that.
Exactly.
It's really hard on us to accept, because it kind of changes how we perceive ourselves. We're really harsh on ourselves when it comes to our own physical image.
Correct. I feel that we probably are more internal in processing a lot of our physical, concerns. Like men, they're usually, if they're concerned about their physical, it's usually like the hair, right? Yeah. Or maybe the belly. But even then men are pretty much accepted in how they look, right? Just like the ugly men and beautiful woman concept. You know?
Because they're narcissists. Yeah. They don't think anything's wrong with them.
Self-centered. I'll put it that, okay?
Okay.
I wouldn't diagnose them as narcissists, but they're definitely self-centered.
Okay.
And I don't think that, I don't think that they are at the level of how much us women actually criticize our own selves.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like the inner dialogue that we have is probably a lot worse than what you men actually have.
We hate ourselves more than we hate on ourselves more than anything. That's like there's a lot of like, mantras that they give out to you to say to yourself, to remind yourself.
That's why women love that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we're always doing tarot readings, because we want to know the future and why we're feeling this way, trying to understand it, because we ourselves can't medically understand it. So we're thinking maybe the stars and the galaxies and the universe will help us
Somebody
understand.
will explain it to us.
Yeah,
right?
Why are we feeling this way?
Yeah.
I'll do one more,
and
then we'll end it.
Okay.
All right, this is from the Am I the Asshole subreddit as well. My wife called me a jerk for mentioning her smell since she's in menopause. Okay, a throwaway because there are people in my life who know my main account. A generic fake name for my wife to make it easier to read. My wife Jane, 51 female, and I, 51 male, have been married for almost 3 decades. She has developed a strong, sweaty body odor, and she is in menopause. I'm a man and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not an expert on menopause. I tried my best to gently mention it to her. She called me a jerk for mentioning her smell since she's in menopause. She says it's unfair that men stay sexy and good smelling as they age while women get ugly and stinky. Her words, not mine. She stopped having sex with me and has stopped sleeping in our bed. That conversation about her smell was in February. It's me now. I asked Jane if her libido is low because of menopause, or if she doesn't want to sleep in the same bed because of hot flashes. She said her libido is fine. She just doesn't want to have sex with a man who is disgusted by older women. I tried apologizing, telling her I love her, and telling her I still find her sexy. Am I the asshole? Yes, you are.
Really? I feel like she's a little bit hard on herself. And I feel like she kind of projected that onto him.
You think so? Wow,
yeah.
This is a change.
I mean, like, I don't appreciate him saying that to her. But I also don't appreciate her saying that, women age and smell, but men stay, basically smelling good, basically good looking, smelling great as they age. Not true. Not true.
No, not true.
That's not true. They smell too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I don't appreciate her saying that either.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't really agree with how she's reacting. Yes, fine. You can be upset that he said that you smell. Yes, you can be upset about that. Yes, that was inappropriate. But he apologized, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He said, "Oh shit, my bad." Like, I thought we just telling each other how the truth. I don't know. Because I would be like, "Ugh, you smell too." Like, the hell?
How do you think he should have said it to her then?
I don't think he should have said it at all.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Or either he could have said, like lately I've been feeling like I smell a lot, so I've been taking a lot more showers. Maybe we both should start taking more showers, babe.
No, because I would be like, you trying to say I smell?
I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, see, exactly. There's no good way to say it. There's no good way to say it. Yeah,
no.
There's no good way to say it. So if you just said it out loud, then you did. I mean, you can't take that back anymore.
Yeah.
So you already said it. You can't take it back. You can still be like, well, I mean, I still find you attractive. You can reassure her. Like, oh, I still find you attractive.
Yeah.
Even though you stink, but like, clearly that's what she's going to hear, right? It's like, it's like
exactly how you say it. She was exactly here, Ma. Say it the way.
Yeah. Like, oh, you like, I still love you, but you stink, like she's going to remember that. She's not going to get over that. So, you're going to have to ooh, I don't know. There's no coming back from that.
Yeah. This one commentary was funny. It said, delete this post, make another one in a sub for women about menopause, and ask them to help you understand how to best support your wife. You and your hand will make it through this. Yes, because you're going to be alone.
Yes. You shouldn't have made that comment. Now you will be alone. I get it. That's probably how you were feeling, but some things you can just keep to yourself, it's okay. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. That's like foot and mouth moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think as women, we do also, we're more aware about, like we stated earlier, our looks and our smell, right? We want to make our smell really pretty, or we're not going to smell bad.
Yeah. We just like to be clean.
Yeah. I mean, hygiene wise too, and clean. Yeah. So, she probably is trying to take care as much as she can, and you just kind of tipped it over.
I know, you just made it worse.
You did.
She's probably doing everything she can she probably already notices the smell, and she's probably already like doing everything she can, and then you just confirmed all of her insecurities when it comes to that, and just made it worse. So that's right. You should be writing that story in a women's thread, asking for women's advice on how to fix this disaster you created.
Exactly. Well, I hope some of the stories were entertaining for you guys.
Very interesting.
Have you learned a lot? Do you think you learned a lot at all, or no? Or is it kind of what you thought it was going to be?
I did. I did learn that. I didn't realize that you start to smell when you hit menopause. I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So as we start to age, we start to smell, and I guess things change. Our bodies, hormones.
A lot of things to look forward to.
I know. And so props to the women who are going through that. Okay, well, I hope you like the stories, and we'll see you guys next time. All right?
Bye. Guys.